This guy right here is Cybertron Landmine, and I was looking back. I haven't looked at my requests list for a while, except to add the figures that haven't been requested yet. And in all honesty, I haven't done a request in probably 6 months. I've just been doing the figures I felt like doing, and some of them happened to be the figures that had been requested. But this guy was one of the first ones requested, and I still haven't done him, so here we go. Okay, before we get into the review, I'd just like to show this figure right here. This is from, let's see if this thing has a date on it, 1987. This is the Target Master Scoop. He has no stickers. He has no, what were they? Nebulum. I lost everything in this guy. The reason for no stickers is I used to think that Transformers were bath toys. You know, I was 7. Give me a break. Okay, so anyway, back to this guy. Really neat looking figure. He's a deluxe, but whenever you realize just how small this ladder is to get up to the cab, you realize this guy would be pretty big. I don't actually like the way he looks with his gun on him. I like him better without. So let's just stick that off to the side for now. Very neat looking. I don't actually care for the way that the front end loader is made on it. It kind of... Nobody would design something like this. I mean, the cab, it's got terrible blind spots. But it's a toy. Give it a break. I don't usually go over this at the beginning, but this guy's key gimmick, he has a small caster wheels right here, so he can still roll with his back tires up. You insert his planet key right there, turn them, and some spikes come out of his rear tires, which he is a dually. So, let's see. You kind of push this wheel right here and that spins. I thought that whenever you rolled it, it spun, but I guess I was wrong. Oh well. It's been a little while since I've messed with this guy. So anyway, not the best gimmick, not the worst. Go ahead and put that back away. What I do like is his gimmick doesn't get in the way of anything else working, which is always a plus. So anyway, fold this back down to put him back in his full alternate mode. And what you're going to do to go ahead and start is just split the bucket right here. Get that out of the way. Then from underneath his legs will come around. Split the feet. So you can pretty much stand up at that point. Keep bringing the shoulders around. This part right here is going to go and go ahead and split that back out. And it's going to fit on his back like that. The exhaust right here is going to split, come down to the sides, and come up over the shoulders. That's one thing he kept from his Energon counterpart is the exhaust in this area. It's no longer mounted on his arms, but still it does tie the character to his other form. He also does kind of have the same visor. He doesn't look through it this time around, but still you can tell that the characters are connected. And I always say when I do Cybertron what the other, the Galaxy Force name was. Let me see. I've done forgotten. Hey, just found it. This guy has one of the other Galaxy Force names that we will continue using the American name. His name was Guard Shell in the Japanese series. So we're going to go ahead and just continue referring to this guy as Landmine. Oh yeah, his tires right here on his legs are going to rotate down and just about be touching the ground whenever he's standing. Let me go ahead and grab Cybertron Landmine real quick. Just like to say that I'm very disappointed in the quality of the rechargeable batteries I've been getting. They're letting me down bad. I went and I bought actual Radio Shack rechargeables, and still in the little time I've been filming this, the battery is half dead. I really need to get a real video camera. Anyway, back to this. As you can tell, he got much shorter. He's tiny. He's still, you know, about the right size for a deluxe in Cybertron, though, so he's not a small figure. And here's the Unicron. I still haven't done a review. Actually, I've never had a request for that guy, ever. I'm surprised. I thought he... Well, it don't matter. So now you can go ahead and give him back his gun. And the gun fires. Not very powerfully, but it does fire somewhat. You can stow it on his back, the same peg hole that it went into in his vehicle mode. It still goes there, and you can actually use it like some of the helicopters have the... oh, I forgot to do this. Down here on his sides, they have these silver panels right here. They get turned down and like that, and it puts this silver panel over his groin, kind of fills out so he doesn't look quite so hollow. So anyway, the way that you can use the tail rotor on some helicopter molds as a third leg, it's a little tall for that, but it is still possible to get some mildly, well, I don't know why you'd want to have him looking like he's falling backwards, but I guess you could find some pose where that would be useful. Not really a must-have, I don't feel like. He is a good figure, but he doesn't stand out from the line. It's not the figure's fault. He is a good figure. It's just he's got these large things on his shoulders. On his forearms, and they like to get in the way a lot. He balances well, so I can't say that his backpack is too large. But there's just always been something about the figure that hasn't clicked for me. I give this guy a 6. And I can't even tell you what it is I don't like about him. His gimmick, once again, isn't all that awe-inspiring. The best thing that it does is, like I said, stay out of the way. So, you just do like that, and I don't understand this at all, because, I mean, you'd have to be backing up to someone to attack someone with his gimmick, and maybe I just need to watch a show to see just how he uses it, but it just doesn't make much sense to me. One thing that is neat is if you have it stowed in the back with the weapon facing up, which kind of looks strange, it gives him an overhead cannon, which overhead cannons always add to the cool factor. But still, oh, and another good thing about that is, if you have that like that, you can just fold away his gimmick and just have him there, you know, bombing someone miles away with artillery fire, I guess. I don't know. I'm grasping here, trying to give this guy a good review. The 6 stands. Y'all have a good day. So here's a close-up of the face And one thing I forgot to mention was the exhaust pipes can fold down to the front and makes for some pretty neat looking little machine gun barrels. And here is a close-up of just what the tire looks like with the gimmick deployed. If they were going to have him backing into his enemies, they could have given him, I don't know, rear view mirrors or something, because he has a noticeable blind spot directly to the rear whenever he has his gimmick up. So not very well thought out. But like I said, a overhead cannon will always get someone to surrender or die, preferably die.